I have been feeling odd today. I don't know why. I just have been chilling. So I decided to pull some cards, and I didn't do it as just a message for me. I did it as a collective, just kind of about the energy of today, the advice, an oracle card afterwards for like spiritual advice. So I just decided to share it with you as my first collective message. So if it resonates with you, then it does. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But this is what I got. And if you want tarot readings, I'll totally do them for you. I'm trying to learn. So, okay. So the first two cards are kind of like the energy of today. I got the Six of Swords and Strength. Both of them represent facing kind of yourself, but in different ways. So the Six of Swords is saying you're, in a transition, you're migrating, you're letting go, you're kind of like falling with the rise and fall of the ocean, you feel adrift, change isn't easy, it's extremely necessary, but you kind of feel like you're in troubled waters, right? I mean, you can kind of see that all the little swords look like they're kind of buoying up and down. Or if you're looking at it from like a migration transition perspective, kind of looks like they're going up little hills. Both of them are tiring. It can be really hard to know that you are transitioning into a better phase when it can feel really comfortable where you are, and like you're kind of lacking like the feeling of home or the feeling of love or the feeling of comfort of loved ones that you already have, and it can be scary because you're kind of just all out there in the ocean by yourself. And that's where strength comes in, is that this card represents like having the courage to and patience to face your fears. And being alone can be a really scary fear, and change is like the most detrimental fear. And I don't mean alone as in like lonely, I mean alone as in like you go through transitional periods on your own, but you have to have the strength to want to change it. So the energy of today is just kind of like resistance, you have to take self-accountability. You have to really know what's happening with you in order to stop buoying, to reach the boat of change, or to migrate up the hills, or rest your feet. And that's what this strength card really means. It's the card of Leo. It's courage, bravery, patience, but also a ton of self-accountability and self-responsibility, which I have been lacking so much today. I really resonated with these cards. Like, I kind of feel like I'm floating adrift. I just don't really have self-control. I didn't feel like I was in really the face of fear, but it's kind of like I'm not really showing any courage or bravery or patience. I'm just waiting for something to happen to me. And so that's kind of like the energy of today. It's like, are you gonna stay afloat, or will you show the courage? You know what I'm saying? So I just I pulled two advice cards, and I thought they were beautiful. It was the Princess of Wands and the Empress. And from what I just said, where it's like, are you going to make the decision? Like, are you going to do something about it? The Princess of Wands literally says, like, express your creativity, share your ideas, try everything and anything, explore the unknown, dance into it gracefully. She looks so beautiful. She's just dancing with her little pole. And, go into the situation that is unknown with grace. And you don't have to have all the answers. You need to have the freedom to fail, right? And the Empress really hit home because, with the comfort that kind of the Six of Swords lacks, where it's like you feel like you don't have the same comfort, love, or like you're kind of far away from quote unquote home. You have to remember that home is you, and you have to nourish you. You have to show compassion to you. And even if you feel kind of disconnected from people or feel disconnected from the world, like, you have to take the steps to nourish those seeds. Like, you have to reach out to people. You have to get up. Nobody's going to do that for you. But the Empress calls for you to just take time for yourself. Like, really show yourself compassion and self-love and eliminate negative self-talk, Plant the seeds of a fulfilling life. Take after loving support. And this can even just be calling your mom or telling somebody you love them or that you miss them. I think even though it's kind of like a lonely transitional period, or like kind of just an odd time, you have the strength to make it less lonely by reaching out and taking action. And I feel like that's kind of the bravery. Like, you can ask for help, and you can also take responsibility for your own actions, and you can stop being afloat. You can find your home. You can find the peace that you need to get on the boat. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the advice of these two cards, because they're both just very beautiful cards, is just walk into the unknown, have your seeds planted, know where you want to nourish, show compassion to yourself, be creative, speak your ideas, but you have to do it, you know? It won't do it for you. And that was what I got. It really resonated with me. But the last card was just, I loved it so much. It was the Oracle card. And it was Starkeeper. It's kind of hard to see. But it literally says, see the light by staying grounded. When you stay more grounded, you will have the balance to be better. You will be more helpful. You will tend to the flames of your heart better. You will show more love to people and the earth itself. And you have to stay grounded. Like, you can't let yourself just keep floating up and down, going adrift. You can't stay stagnant and let your fear rule you. You have to give yourself self-love. You have to step into the unknown. But you just have to stay grounded with it. You have to remember who you are. And I feel like, at least for me today, like, a lot of these cards revealed that I was just looking for the answers externally. I was waiting for something to happen. But it just really showed me that everything's inside of me. So that's my collective message. If it resonated with you, I'm so happy. But I felt so weird today, so I just thought I'd share. Thanks.